Good morning, YouTube. Thank you for joining me on this absolutely perfect day. I'm in a very fancy neighborhood with a lot of large and expensive houses up on the top of a hill somewhere out in the hill country. I know for a fact that the camera is not picking this up, but you can see downtown San Antonio from here. That's how you know you're in a nice neighborhood, is when you see white people doing the yard work. I'm just serious. Oh, okay. Well, here's a dead end. I could make it through. Yeah, that guy doesn't look like he lives up here, so he's probably not going to report me. Swoop. Swoop. Howdy, buddy. Damn, that's a badass house. It's like a castle. Man, these houses. Just look at these houses, man. Look at that thing. Oh my god. Man, when I see these 3-car garages, just makes me so happy. This is like serious goals right here. If you guys could just go ahead and make me YouTube famous so I can come live in one of these houses, that'd be great. Trotting Path. Oh, it's the most like stuck-up white name to a street I've ever heard. Speaking of expensive things, that's actually the topic I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I had an interesting discussion with a coworker the other day. Oh my god. 6-car garage? Really? Oh man, these are ridiculous. Anyways, I was talking to a coworker the other day, and we were talking about inflation and the rising costs of things and things of that nature. That's a big dog coming right at me. Okay. And we're talking about inflation, and we're talking about vehicles in specific, and about how you really can't get a bare bones vehicle anymore. And it got me thinking, I'm curious if there is a need and a market for a bare bones vehicle company. Oh, that's pretty nice. It's a cool little spread. So in short, if you think back to the 70s, cars were a lot cheaper. I don't know the average cost of a vehicle back then, but I would think it was probably in like the $5,000 under range. I don't know. I'll maybe do research and possibly pop up a number right here. But if you look at the average cost of a vehicle today, I mean, I'm talking about median, so an average. I know median doesn't mean average, that's mean, but you get the point. What kind of view do these guys have? I mean, it's not too bad. But the average price of a vehicle today is probably in the $25,000 range. I mean, if you're looking at, I don't know, your average consumer. Now you can get like a base level, like what's this thing, a Nissan Sentra or a Toyota Corolla, probably in like the low teens if you're lucky. But even then, I mean, when you compare that to the 70s price, that's still way up there. And people say, oh, it's because of inflation and people don't make as little as they did back then, which is true. But you also have to look at the quality of product that you're getting. I mean, back in the 70s, everything was, I mean, you would be lucky to have like power windows, power steering, probably had an FM, AM radio, AM, FM radio, and I don't know, an 8-track. I don't even know if cassettes were around yet, but very, very, very bare bones vehicles. Of course, you could run them into the side of a mountain and they wouldn't even show any damage, but you'd probably be dead inside. So that got me thinking, what if there was a auto company that went back to that model? Now, if you go and try to get a quote-unquote bare bones vehicle today, a lot of companies don't even offer like non-power windows or non-power locks. Like, you can't get the ones with the handles that you like, you know, jerk off to get up. And then, not to mention, I mean, a lot of companies now are putting in like touchscreen navigation and all that stuff standard. I mean, you can't even get a lower option than that. Oh my god, I've got an itch on my beard inside my helmet. It's driving me nuts. I can't reach it no matter what I do. But I'm curious, how much of that stuff is attributing to these high vehicle costs? And would it be possible to go back to the, you know, non-power locks, non-power windows, just a standard AM, FM radio, maybe a CD player, you know, cloth interior? You can't even get cloth interior in a lot of cars now. What in the world is that? Why? Why the big giant stone wall? That's just weird. I don't like that. But yeah, so basically just take a mid-sized, somewhat fuel-efficient engine, throw it in a chassis, put some basic, cheap, metal around it. Like I said, cloth interiors. Just make a standard, just super bare bone vehicle. And what would we be looking at cost wise? Would we be down in that, you know, sub $8,000 range? I'm also curious how much of that price increase that we've seen is due to government regulations, because I know in the 70s seatbelts weren't even required. So I mean, once you throw in the seatbelts and the airbags and the bare minimum safety crash ratings, how much of that can automakers, you know, not avoid? I'm gonna slap block it if I ever see him, because he just did a video the other day pointing out how people are less comfortable with right-hand turns than they are left-hand turns, and I never noticed how uncomfortable I am with right-hand turns until he pointed out. And every time I take a right-hand turn, I just feel super uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Does anybody know the scientific reason why? My guess is because it's the throttle side, so you're putting more pressure on your throttle, and I don't know. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. So go ahead and tell me down there in the comments. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think I'm just completely off on this topic? You tell me. You guys are usually mean to me anyway, so you go right ahead. I'm just gonna start inviting it. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
When you wanna give me that, you purchase a plane ticket.